Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the Jags and the Niners, next on Madden Football.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we kick off the preseason with a good matchup right away between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the San Francisco 49ers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we finally made it, partner, through the winter, through the spring, now into the summer, and football finally back.
And during that time off, we all cherish our vacation time. But admit it, you're the same as me. When you were working out, when you were doing things, you thought about football, didn't you? And you couldn't wait to be back up here again. Let's go.
Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22, Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. It's Strickland, and they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. It's Lawrence. He finds his man complete. That's Strickland. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Play action now. Cousins. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Play fake. Cousins. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They go play action. Cousins. This one caught by Kittle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 2 yards left on 2nd down from the 9. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 4th down, Cousins. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 22, Lawrence. He'll find Jones again, complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Running out of the gun with ETN. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. From the 22, Lawrence. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals.
but they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Cousins. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Throwing is Cousins. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 47 yards. And the 49ers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And he'll get into the end zone to make it a 5-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, Lawrence. And the catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. One quarter in the books, 8-3, our score. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 22 and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Boyle. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's Foreman. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Throw right side, complete to Williams. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Off play action. Boyle. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. He rifles one that's intercepted. Dances by him. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Deontay Foreman. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are once again back in front. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First down, here's Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 27-yard line. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Purdy bootlegging it. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Purdy, he gets this one to Davis-Price. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Ty Davis-Price, an 18-yard touchdown run, as his guys have now moved out in front. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception. Ready up.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They'll run with Mitchell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at him with the same play, the same...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Touchdown, 49ers! Charlie Warner, an 11-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
And down he goes just beyond the 35, and that pretty move got him some extra space to run. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
The Niners set to take over on offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. On first down, it's Purdy. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
Touchdown! Elijah Mitchell, a 24-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And that's another route that defenders will vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip that on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. Throwing again. Boyle. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bradley. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw again. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Operating from the gun. Boyle. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. Throwing on third and long. Boyle. And this is going to be incomplete. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg, and boom, over the crossbar.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. It's brought in by Harris. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's second and a yard. Play action. Now Purdy. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray. as the first half is winding down. And the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Operating from the gun. Boyle. Throw left side complete. That's Willis. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. Most of the starters are likely done. These coaching staffs getting ready to evaluate the youngsters in the second half. And to call the remainder of this preseason opener, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field. and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
On the counter, Mitchell. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start with the option. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. To throw. Boyle toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now Foreman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Foreman. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Operating from the gun. Boyle over the middle, complete. It's Willis. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
They'll run with Foreman. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wondering about his mechanics right now.
And it'll be intercepted. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40. And he will will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Purdy. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Jags are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly...
Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Operating from the gun, Boyle. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, Boyle. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Purdy. He's got Harris running the slant.
And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. And they're going to speed things up here.
Purdy to throw it on 1st down.
That's going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's in.